Hey everybody, old Big Jim coming at y'all from the bog. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's Tuesday, and of course y'all know around here that means it's Super Tuesday. Hashtag put out by Brother Tom up there at Knife Delights, wonderful channel. He's got a history channel. He's got a knife channel. He is a buck fanatic, which he picked up one from the I think the first auction that Brother Dwayne did for Cornbread and his wife and family. Don't remember the number of it, but it was a different one. It was some designer had it was I have a buck. He showed the box, and the box was it's kind of unique. It's a China made buck knife, but it's pretty cool. I enjoyed his little video he did about it, and that was one of the knives he talked about. The other one was a fish knife that he bought from the same auction, and I believe it was well, there you go, old ticker ain't working. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, it was a yellow fish knife, and it had he had something that was different on there or he said, it was a lockback on the scaler that was different from the ones that he was familiar with, which was, that's kind of mind blowing when Tom sees something that you hadn't got. But anyway, got off. Here I am. I don't have my schedule. I just walked back in the door. I woke up this morning by my hairdresser today. This guy, his name is Spencer, and he's same age as my son. And of course, my son not being, he lives, 7 miles north of here in Corinth, Mississippi, which is fine. That's a great place. So I told him to move as far away from here as he could whenever he got after he did a little bit with the state, and he did. He heeded that warning, and that's when he started showing lots of signs of growing up, and that to me that was a blessing, and I pray for him every day. I hope he prays for me. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. But why with me and Spencer, after we did what I'm gonna tell you what we did. Old Big Jim went to, that's what you call getting her done right there. Ain't a hair on my head. He got it right, and that's the way I like it. A lot of people like that high and tight, got that, or the ball fade, or whatever they call it. I don't know what I like. Okay, maybe this is a high and tight. I don't know. That's where my daddy kept his hair till he got much older, and then he grew some on the sides. He was mostly bald, but it was a good morning. Had a good morning with Spencer, and we did a few things. We left, and I used to take him around and go get him a sandwich. That's code for cold beer, and take him home. He takes care of his mama too, so it's a good day, blessed day. But while we were out, we did a little. We ran by our choice looking spots. Some of y'all may call that a dumpster, but we rode by there and found a couple things. Nothing earth shattering by any means, but it's pretty. We had a good day. But while we were out, we found something and we cut it up. And when I cut it, the only knife I had that would I had 2 or 3 knives in my pocket, but I wasn't going to use none of them to cut up what we cut up. So I pulled out my truck knife, and y'all might have seen this before. It's a Gerber. It's a 650 USA. I bought this off of a Whatnot auction. paid $10 for it. It had a big old, looked like somebody cut a wire with it, and burned a big old chip out of it. And of course, I took it and got it reprofiled it, got it all pretty, and got the nick out of there, got it where it works good. Now this has what they call a pause stop. I never heard of that term until Brother Chuck down at Briar Patch Blade brought that to us. I knew the stop was there, but it's called a pause stop according to him. And I haven't done any checking on that, but I have no reason not to believe it. But absolutely great line. But she got a little dull while we was out there working on it. So I brought her in the house and was sitting here doing what I do when I get a knife that I don't consider as sharp as I want it to be. And I always tell y'all about spit and swirl. And y'all, a lot of people I guess they scratch their head when they hear that. Some people know what it is. If you got a sharpening stone that your daddy or your papa had, and the middle of it is all gone, and the ends of it are still full, but it's got a gradual swoop from one end to the other, he was probably a spit and swirl guy. And that I learned watching my daddy. He would spit and swirl, get an edge on a knife. Then he would go, just like I do, then he would go to a soft, and he would refine that edge by using strokes. Now I am like Daddy. I always count. If I'm sharpening a knife, I go, 3 times this way, and I turn the blade. I go 3 times this way, or 6 or 10, or whatever. I always stop on an even number because I'm crazy like that. But same thing when I'm sharpening a knife. And I'm gonna give y'all just I don't know if I can get it in here where y'all can see it and do it justice. But I take the sharpening stone and say I got some 3-in-1 oil on there, and I'll take the blade and I'll swirl it, okay, all the way to the tip, and I'll start over and I'll swirl it all the way to the tip, and I come all the way to the tip. Now, I'm not putting pressure on it now because it's hard to do. But anyway, this is the 4th time. Come this way. Then I turn it over. I give it 4 times this way. I give it 4 times this way. All the way to the tip. All the way to the tip. Get it all the way out there. Okay. One more 4th time. All right. Now, that for demonstration purposes. Normally I have it sitting on a table. It's much more stable. Gives you a better bevel. But you see now you got your oil and all over it. So we're going to wipe that down. Now, I don't know if this is going to come in there the way it needs to, but you'll notice on the edge of the knife that you can see the swirl pattern. It got a little swirl to it, Now, people that take a knife and they start it on there and they'll hold the knife like this and they'll go across, say their pumice stone, and they'll go across there and put the bevel into it. And then they'll turn it the other way and do the same thing, go from one end to the stone to the other. That's perfectly acceptable. That's just not how I do it. Okay? And then the last thing I'm going to do is I have this it's a strop. And it is an absolutely wonderful strop. And that was gifted to me by Brother Cornbread over at Hunting Hookers. It had white compound on it when I got it, and I continue to put white compound on it now. Same thing with the stroke. Now, the way I do the stroke is one way, and it's not, I don't know if I'm right, and I don't know if I'm wrong. But I take the knife, it's got to be on a flat surface, but I take the knife and I'll bring it 1 time this way and 1 time this way, from one end to the other. Because what you're doing is you're polishing that bevel. Okay? And I do it 4 times one way and 4 times the other way, and then I check it. So that's what I'm fixing to do. Yep. Okay, now I'm gonna check it, see where we're at. Usually that's pretty good. Now you can strop it too much, and if you break the burr, I mean you're trying to break the burr, but if you break the burr and then you keep on doing it, you can actually dull the knife by stropping it too much. So we're gonna go do it four more times. And then we're going to check it. I think that'll work, guys. We're going to give it the Ted Hart Curly Q test. I think it passed that test there, Brother Ted. Oh, yeah, Ted. Got you a little something headed that way. Thought I'd throw that in there. But anyway, we know it'll curly Q, but will it cut? That's the main thing, will it cut? Now, I'm pretty sure that this one is ready to go back into the truck. So we'll close her up. And I like this knife, man, because I keep it in my console. A little flipper down thing where your remote control goes, it fits right in there perfect. But I like it because you can, I got a thumb stud on there. Well, failure, but failure again. Yo, I'm gonna get it though. Well, maybe I need to put the wrist action in there. I know that's what she said. Anyway. Just a beautiful knife, man. If you don't have one of these in your collection, I highly recommend. Now I don't like the serrated ones. That's cool. They're good knives, but that's my truck knife. And there's another feller out there in El Dorado. I think he got the same knife in his truck, but I was first. Anyway, all right, guys, just a little something. But it's Two for Tuesday. So let's talk about two things. Okay, one of them is going to be a Barlow. I've had one of these, and the other one I just got yesterday. But while I was coon fingering one of them, the other one was sitting here, so I pulled them out and just did a little something, looked at them. Okay, well, the first one was the one y'all seen here for the last couple of days I've been toting. It's the Brown Stag Barlow from Rough Rider. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful, burnt brown, dyed brown and black. It's a beautiful Barlow. It's got pink bolsters, threaded, half stop. Good walk and talk. Let's see if we can get some acoustics for y'all. May not. I don't know. I hadn't tried. Let's see. Too bad. Bad for old Rough Rider. And then we got your pen blade. Same deal. Half stop. You're a Barlow. Everybody. Yesterday was National Barlow Day, and I understand. I mean, but people. I had a couple people comment about why I didn't celebrate National Barlow Day. I have a Barlow in my pocket every day. Okay, now it might be some kooky, coffin-looking Barlow that I got from Rough Rider. And it could be a high dollar Rosecraft blade that somebody gifted to me or I bought. Or it could be a Barlow that was purchased off of a card in a hardware store in 1968. I don't know. Barlow Madness. How many times have y'all ever heard me say that? Barlow Madness. Them knives that you bought off that card in the hardware store for $2.99, some of them selling for $50 and $60 on eBay. blows my mind. Just that's Barlow madness. To me, that is madness. But anyway, that knife right there, which I have several in this lineup, is exactly the same as this Barlow right here, which is the one I got yesterday from Deep South Cutlery. Okay, this it all the way down. I hope I can do this without making a fool of myself. But all the way down to the jigging. Y'all see how the jigging patterns on both of these knives is almost the same. It's a little more easier to see on the back. Wish I could hold them in one hand. No arthritic hands. But anyway, if you look at, I gotta look through the hole. If you look at the jig pattern, you'll see how they're almost exactly the same. And but two wonderful Barlows. And what I like on this particular series of Barlows that Rough Rider, of course, now this one does not have the pinch bolsters, and the shield. See, this one is like just a little north of halfway, whereas this one is a little bit south of halfway. I don't like a shield on a Barlow. I'd rather there be something on the bolster. But it's okay. I'm not gonna kick this Barlow to the curb because it's got a shield on it. It's still a Barlow, and it's still a good Barlow, and it's an excellent Barlow. If you put this in if you're not a collector and you're just looking for a knife, you can put this Barlow in your pocket, and it'll stay there for 20 years, and you won't have one piece of trouble out of it. I can promise you. Another thing that Rough Rider has done is they now have the nail nicks on both sides. So you got the clip blade nail nick on the show side right there, and then you got the pin blade on the pile side. So they're easier to open. That's been a downfall of the Barlow for 80 years. I mean, when the two-bladed Barlows first appeared, they tried to put both nail nicks on the same side, and it didn't work. I've adjusted 100 kicks on different Barlows to get them to where you can reach both nail nicks. But anyway, just a sexy little old pin blade, man. You can cut boxes, you can cut string, you can cut rope. Just a great knife. Got the good half stop, just solid as it can be. I mean, for 14, I think these right now on SMKW are like $17.99 plus your shipping. It's gonna come to your house for less than $25. And I'll put this one. I'm gonna say it. I'll put this Barlow up against any production run Barlow that Case makes. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you straight out, any of them. Okay, the hard head jigged. Such and such a Barlow. I'll put them head to head any day. That's just how I feel about it. Say what you want to say, that's fine. Okay? Everybody talks about salt water and not being made in America and this and that and the other. Well, the first pocket knives that ever came here came from England. Okay? They came on a boat. They were salty. Okay? The second most is German. Okay? They came here on a boat. They're salty. Okay, pocket knives come from China. They're salty. I don't mean to get on a rant about this, y'all guys, but they've been making knives in China for 5,000 years. They know how to do it. Okay? Look, okay, I'll tell you what. Since I'm on this rant, let me go ahead and do it. You got all these fellas out there toting these Jack Wolf entry Barlows, and they are fine knives. I haven't had a chance to cool finger one up, but I know I have toted, or not toted, but I have had regular Jack Wolf products in my pocket. Every one of them made in China. Most of them are screwed together. Okay? So basically you got a guy sitting there with a zip gun going zip, 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 zip. He hands it to the next guy, he finishes it, puts it in a box and sends it to America. They charge you $190 for it. Okay? That little Barlow that they got running around now, the entry-level Barlow, there's no difference between it and a Roachcraft blade. That's just how I feel. Y'all can say what you want to say. Oh, it's a Jack Wolf. Well, no, it is a Jack Wolf. You're right, absolutely. It's got their branding on it. Notice how everybody had to wait to get them, a few days. All they did was build the hype. They know how to do it. Jack Wolf knows how to do that. All they did was build the hype and put them out in small quantities to several vendors, and now everybody can, you can call and get one for $65. They got, I don't know what they got in it. It ain't much, I can promise you. They sell them for $65. They probably making $35 a copy on them. That's just how I feel. Now, I may be dead wrong. I may not have any idea. Somebody may call me down. Boomer's up there. Boomer's Blade. He's a fine fellow, man. Sam Rodriguez, I believe his name is. Great guy and a solid Jack Wolf collector, and I praise him for that. I praise anybody. Richter. There's several people out there that swear by Jack Wolf, and I think that I would love to buy them. I can't buy them because I can't afford them. Now, the entry-level Barlow, if I get an extra little something in my pocket, I feel sure I'll get one. So I'm sorry that I went on this rant, but it's just all the time I hear China this and China that, and it's just okay. It's a pocket knife, okay? Don't matter if some guy in Bradford, PA made it. Don't matter if some guy at TDU Cutlery made it. It don't matter if it was made in Alabama. It's a pocket knife, okay? Show your loyalty. That's fine. I appreciate that, man. Y'all don't know how much I appreciate people that have loyalty to products. I appreciate it more than anything in the world. But leave my Rough Riders alone. That's all I can tell you. All right? Sorry. I'm sorry. This is where I would normally light a cigarette and get me a big old sip of coffee and try to calm down for a minute. But I ain't going to do that, y'all. I got 22 minutes. I'm going to do this last little piece here about the second thing. It's a Two for Tuesday. The Barlow was the first. Now, let's go to the number two. Fine coffee right there. All right, there's a gentleman over there in South Carolina. Y'all may have heard of him. Named Jerry Phillips. He's a fine fella. Jerry, I'm probably going. I'm sending one package out a day until I get them all sent. And I'm pretty sure you're probably going to be tomorrow, maybe the next day. But I got your stuff coming and a little something. So. But I want y'all to look what he sent me. This come in the mail yesterday, and I coon-fingered it all night long. Just absolutely beautiful. As a matter of fact, my Richter told a single knife for a month knife is in this one, and it'll stay in it. Y'all gonna get tired of looking at it, probably on my pocket dumps every morning. But that's how I roll. It might change, but I doubt it. Anyway, it's got the old cinnamon stag bone work knife in it. I cut up some lemons the other night and left it sitting there on the counter after I made me a glass of tea. Went on back to bed, and should have done that, boy, because she was tainted the next day. Had to get out there on the old buffing wheel, warm up some red compound and get her off there. Got her off, but she pretty now. She pretty. All right, the second thing he sent me, and this just blew my mind, man. He showed me some pictures, but till somebody showed you something and you look at it and say, man, that's pretty. But until you put it in your hand and mess with it, but look at this. There's a little crocodile rock right there. Got a little cut there. Got your lanyard. Got some kind of woven. I don't think he did that, but some kind of woven leather cordage going through that hole in there, and he got a dingle dong bead with some metal thingies on there. Man, just cooler than creek water, man. I mean, and this is not part of the of the challenge, and I just noticed it, right here on the top, he makes a little slit. See that little slit? I didn't realize he did that. And he puts a hole in there so when you do that, it won't tear, it won't continue to tear. But in this one, I have in honor of Mr. Glenn, I have my yellow Victorinox sack pruning knife. Just a beautiful knife, wonderful knife. You know, when I first started getting these, I got 2 or 3 of them. When I first started getting these, man, I just thought, well, you know, that's kind of a thing. You know, ain't no big deal, but it's got a pretty good little walking talk there for a knife. But anyway, those 2 knives will be in my pocket for the rest of the month. I don't know. Like I say, I've had this knife in my pocket for a couple of weeks already. So it's not like this challenge was threatening me. Don't threaten me to a good time. I can promise you. I'll show up with popcorn, cold beer, ice drinks, and maybe some barbecue. Because I like to party. Anyway, there you go, guys. 2 for Tuesday. Brought to you by Tom up there at Knife Delights. Just absolutely outstanding gentleman. Got y'all maybe a little how-to on getting the pocket knife sharp. Went over a couple of Barlows. Got into a little rant. Showed you some outstanding leather work. And let me say this. Jerry has a Esty store. I'm not sure the name of it, but you get in there and look for South Carolina, not South Carolina, Jerry Phillips, Shelby County, I don't know. Y'all get on Esty and look him up. And if you can't find him, you just send old Big Jim an email or a text or something, and I'll get you hooked up. I'll get you the digits and how you get in touch with him, because if you enjoy and like good leather work, he's your boy. You know, there's 4 or 5 of them out there now that I highly recommend. AW, Stephen at Sanctified Leather, SJ Relics, Jerry. I shouldn't name stuff off because I'm going to leave somebody out. J.O. I mean, all these guys, even Richter. I mean, they make great Class A pocket knife toting leather that you should probably have as part of your collection. Okay? That's how old Big Jim feels about it. So what we're going to do now, man, y'all know I love y'all. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the subscribe button. Y'all share this to everybody you hate. Think of everybody. If you have their phone number and you don't like them, share it with them. Tell them, say, don't watch. Whatever you do. Anyway, I love y'all, man. Y'all the best family out. Y'all the only family besides my boys. Well, I mean, I got my kids and all that, but y'all are the biggest part of my family. Okay? And I love each and every one of y'all. I'm glad y'all are here. I want all y'all to know that Jesus Christ is Lord in my life. Rule number 9.